Hi everyone, my name is Amy LeBlanc and I'm a methods and resource teacher at Macadam High School and I also teach grade 11 English. Matt has asked me to speak to you today to talk about the What's Up Doc program as I was really fortunate to be a part of it last year and my students were really fortunate to be a part of it. So basically in October what had happened was I'm currently in my master's degree program and I took an elective about film in the classroom, and that was offered by Dr. Ann Sherman and Matt at the time. Um, and it was a really, really great course. I could see at the end of the course, I could see the vision that Matt had for the students by using film in the classroom, and I really agreed with his philosophy and what he thought about it. So I approached Matt and asked if my students could be a part of the What's Up Doc program and he accepted. So then my next step was to go to administration because I knew how in depth this program was, and I knew I would really need the support from administration. And not only that, I would need the support from the staff. There were times where students were running around the building and sometimes causing a disturbance. So I needed to know that that was going to be okay with the staff, and at times it was going to be annoying, but the end result was going to be really great. So basically, you probably already heard, but What's Up Doc program is a program that uses film in the classroom, and it allows the students to talk about a social issue through filming and creating a documentary. And the social issue has to be relevant to them, it has to make sense to them, and it has to be important to them. So my students were fortunate enough to choose Derailed. That was the title of their documentary, one of them. And this social issue was on the problem that Macadam is having with their community members leaving for work. So you can't really get a whole lot of work in Macadam. So the fathers typically are leaving to go out west to get work. And this is affecting a lot of the students. It's affecting their family makeup, it's affecting their daily lives. So it really means something to them. Um, Macadam is a train kind of community, very based upon the railway, so Derailed kind of stems from that as well. Um, so back to the What's Up Doc program itself and the logistics of it. It's a 3-month program, and the first month is based on planning and creating and coming up with ideas, who the students are going to interview, and the students are responsible for absolutely everything. I was there to kind of be the guide in the background, which at times was really hard for me. I like to be organized, I like to be in charge, I like to be the leader, and I had to really take a step back and let the students learn at their own pace um, and really kind of feed off of each other and learn from each other and learn from their community. One of our documentaries, they were really fortunate because they had 5 or 6 community members, including the mayor, be able to come in and be interviewed. So this project not only focuses on the outcomes of the English curriculum, they also get that community involvement, which I think is really important. After the first month of planning, script writing, getting everything ready, then they started their filming, and that was also a month stint. So the second month, they had to make sure that their schedule was right on par with the people that they were interviewing or the B-roll that they had to film. They had to go out in the community some days. Some days I just sent them on their merry way with a camera, crossing my fingers for the best, and everything worked out fine, so it was really great. But they were responsible again for staying on schedule and making sure that all the filming that they wanted to get done could be done in that 1 month. So we basically used the hour that we had each day, the class time that we had each day to film. And they were responsible for everything, like I said. So it was different for me, but it was great for them in the end. The third month was the editing process, and this is where I want to share a really awesome story with you. I had a student at the beginning of the year who was quite difficult, and not outright behavior difficult, but you could tell he just didn't want to be engaged in school, didn't want to be there, didn't see a purpose. But I had done this survey at the beginning of the year, and one thing he indicated to me was that he was interested in audio and editing. So I approached him during the editing stage and asked if he would be one of the main editors for one of the films, for his group's film, and he was ecstatic. He really wanted to do this, and it was really surprising to see the transformation in that student. I mean, it gave him an opportunity that he would have never had, and that's what the What's Up Doc film program is all about in my eyes. That's what it became all about for me, giving the students opportunities that they never would have really gotten in a typical classroom setting. So that student ended up, the night before the film was due, to go to Matt and the jury to be screened for all of the awards. This student was at the school until 9:30 at night working on this film, working his butt off on this film, and it was really a really great experience as a teacher to see a student kind of have that opportunity and to progress like he did. So yeah, the project itself is a whole 3 months. It covers a lot of the outcomes that are in the grade 11 curriculum. I mean, it could probably cover outcomes from any grade curriculum, but specifically for the grade 11 curriculum, I mean, the script writing took some teeth pulling sometimes, but I think the students could see the overall vision for what I expected, and they wanted to take ownership, and they knew that this film was going to be shown to a ton of people and to their community members and their parents and their friends, and they really wanted to make sure that when they took ownership of this project, it was going to turn out well and it was going to do well. So the first month again was planning, getting organized. We watched a few documentaries and kind of that's where I stepped in and taught them what a documentary was, taught them what film was all about, which is great. You know, it's something they'd never been taught and something that they knew they were looking forward to. And then the second month was the filming, and then the last month was the editing. So basically, I hope that, you know, all teachers at some point get an experience with using film, as it provides a hands-on experience for the students. It offers ample learning opportunities in so many different dimensions, not just English, but in life skills. I mean, interacting with the community members, interacting with me as an adult, kind of taking the teacher approach where I have to step back. A lot of the students at first didn't like that, and they kept saying, you know, Miss LeBlanc, like, what do you think about this? Or, you know, what should we do for this? And I wanted to step in and just say, oh my goodness, what are you doing? Or at some points. But Matt kept saying, that's not going to help them, Amy. It's really not going to help them. They have to learn on their own, and they have to teach themselves, and that was difficult for me. But in the end, reflecting back on the whole experience, it was by far the most important thing that I could have done, is step back and just let them explore and let them learn. Other than that, I mean, it was really nice to see youth talk about a social issue that meant something to them. And I think they came up with some really, really great films. I mean, when we went to the film festival, we brought basically the whole of Macadam, and they were really excited to see their films. That was a really great night, a really special night. And they were happy, and I was really, really happy for them. Yeah, so basically, I hope everyone gets a chance to experience this at some point. It's a fantastic program, and I hope you enjoy our film Derailed. Thanks!